Alright, watch out, there's a whole squad coming. I got him. Got more beacon, watch out guys. Alright. Nice.
I've been waiting for this game since the finale of Killzone 2. Rico shot Vasari against orders and stranded us all on a Hellgown. Thanks, idiot. This picks up exactly where Killzone 2 left us and sees the ISA struggling to escape from the planet, and while most of this is interesting and a definite improvement over the previous games, the characters feel a bit too much like gung-ho idiots, and it doesn't help that they all sound very generic, like they could all be voiced by the same person. I much preferred Sev and Captain Narville in Killzone 2, but I will have to admit the voice of Rico was a little less irritating this time around. Another problem is the introduction of Jammer and some of the other characters. They appear, but you never really know who they are, or why you should care. The story only lasts around about 8 hours. That's pretty much standard fare for shooters nowadays, though I would like to have seen it a little bit longer. The story takes you to some really interesting locations and some fantastic set pieces. Gameplay is a considerable improvement. The controls feel tighter and more responsive while retaining the weight and momentum of the previous game. Running, diving behind cover and all the other actions all feel much more real. The game is very linear, but it's broken up well with missions involving different vehicles, and while I'm sure most of you are bored with these levels in every FPS out there, there's no denying that some of these sequences are seriously cool. The enemy AI is fantastic as ever, with the Helghast constantly trying to outflank you, throwing grenades to draw you out of cover, rolling across the floor to take potshots at you. I can't however say the same for the allied AI. They constantly got in the way, and if I did get shot down, all Rico would ever say is, "I can't get to you," while standing right next to me. This did make me hate him quite a bit. This has got to be one of, if not the best looking game available on console today. Everything from the textures of the guns, the environments, the models and movements of characters, to the special effects such as smoke and sparks of electricity, they all look absolutely stunning. This time around there is a much wider variety of scenery. It's no longer a long trek down the dark corridors of one industrial area after another. You get alien jungles, a nuked city, snowy mountains, and oil rigs. Also great to see was that the frame rate and slowdown issues of Killzone 2 have completely gone. I didn't encounter any problems at all. The only thing that did occasionally crop up was lip sync issues regarding the cutscenes. Weapon sound design is great. They're much improved over Killzone 2. They actually sound like they pack a punch as opposed to the tinny rattle of before. Voice acting's okay across the board. However, none of the characters in this game quite live up to Vasari or Radek or Templar. It's just not the same without them. This game excels in multiplayer. It's much faster paced than others around, and it's definitely more brutal, thanks to melee kills, which are even more satisfying here than they are in the campaign, due to the fact that you're humiliating a real human player. The game types on offer here are Guerrilla Warfare, which is basically your team deathmatch mode. Then you've got Warzone, which sees a constantly changing battlefield of shifting objectives, and Operations, which is the same sort of thing, but each time you complete an objective, you get a cutscene showing the top 3 members of each team. It's a nice touch. This game is a great single and multiplayer experience. Unfortunately, I'm sure a lot of people pass it up because of the heavier control scheme. The single player is great, but it does come across a bit too Hollywood for me, too over the top, and it doesn't have the feeling of hopelessness and the dark oppressive feel that made its predecessor great. However, it is a game with the most brutal and satisfying combat I've seen on console for a while. There's fantastic set pieces and brilliant locations, and I'm going to be playing it for many, many months to come.
Will not place weapons of such magnitude into the hands of a total incompetent! This is an outrage!